What's going on, people? What's going on, world? Just here chilling with the boys.
What up?
Right,
Greetings. Hello.
Back at the infamous 94 feet raw. Whoa, at your raw. It's exciting times, man. NBA.
Not long before the season starts.
Man. Yo, we back in the house, man. Big E, former baller straight out over in the States, Alabama, Georgia, back, Manchester, Brighton,
yes,
Lepers, Reading.
Worldwide, baby.
Worldwide, Big P, East London Royal.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Back in the house.
Yeah, we seen it, we done it.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
We done it, man. Big Rod's back in the house. Okay, Leopards. It's funny, I was thinking on the way of like all three of us play for Leopards, but at different times. Leopards, man. Big Rods, Towers, Little Kings, Lions, P. Yo, man.
Florida,
we expert ballers out here, man, just giving you our point of view on the state of basketball, man. Predominantly the NBA, man. That's our thing, man. We just want to kind of just bring you guys some knowledge, man. We're just chatting, we're just flowing, we're just gonna just spit our real talk. Our real talk about basketball, about the league, man. The season's gonna be, I believe, one of the best seasons ever. Okay, there's so much talent. Okay, there's so much competition. The realignment of teams, man. And our first topic today is quite simply, who won the off season? Rodney.
Honestly, it's a tough question. The NBA champions are the NBA champions, and they haven't lost any key players. So because they haven't lost any key players, they're in a good situation. All they're going to do is the chemistry is going to get stronger. They're going to be a better team. But the West is stacked. With Carmelo going over to the West, you've now got 3-4 teams that are strong, that will bring it a night-to-night basis. And I've heard people talk about mental strength, and do they have it? Have they got it?
About?
Golden State.
It's the NBA champions, son.
The NBA champions.
Do they
Do
good?
they have it? Have they got the desire? Yeah, they have. It's possible for them to get there and win it. But then in the West, as I said, it's got stronger. OKC, type of man.
And
Two-man, sorry.
And the thing about Golden State is that the returnees, the sacrifice, it ain't like they've won 3 in a row, man. They've won 2 out of 3, you understand? There's hungry people still on that team. And I think bringing in some fresh guys off the bench, Nick Young, Caspi, even a rookie, can't remember his name off my head right now. This team's ready, man, but I believe they're going to face some challenges, man. There's teams that can take them out, trust me.
You know what, man?
Golden State are by far the favourites, but as they were one of the winners, because what I think we need to do is kind of go through the teams, assess, who we think are the contenders, and then we're going to give our take, man. And with Golden State, if you think about who they returned, a lot of people re-up on the team. Durant obviously took less dough.
No, but you know what I mean? Not to cut you, E, but I think the question is, who kind of won in the off season? We know what Golden State is about. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're champions, you just kind of re-up a little. You know what I mean? But then the other teams, what have they done?
Man, but you got to look at the wage structure, and don't overlook just because Golden State largely brought back their team from last year. Don't overlook the moves that they made. To maintain the status quo.
No, I'm not disputing that. But my whole point is, this off-season's been crazy. Everyone's doing their movers and shakers and trying to adjust, and obviously to win the bigger prize. You know what I mean? But I think, on paper we've got obviously OKC, and it excites us. We watch the news every day and we see these different changes. But the reality is, Golden State, man. No one ain't really touching Golden State. You know what I mean?
Does that answer the question? Who won the off season though? You understand?
No, well, they're a contender. They're a winner. They're a winner. They're not. They never. I don't
Who else
see
is
it.
a
They're
winner?
a winner. Cleveland is a winner. Yeah.
You believe they're going to be better than last year?
I think Cleveland probably go on.
Yeah, Cleveland are a winner.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down with that.
OKC are a winner.
Now, OKC are not winners. They got two big pieces, but on the scale of no. But
look who they gave up for them, though, man.
That's what I'm saying. They gave up Cantor is a man off the bench.
Absolutely,
productive.
Absolutely. And what they sacrificed was their depth.
Yeah.
But yo, man, they added Paul George and Carmelo.
Paul George is great, but he couldn't do the
McDermott,
Gave up some doo-doo.
Cantor.
Carmelo's great, but he didn't do nothing for the Knicks, man.
Yeah, but
You know,
he's
Man,
these men ain't got
he's
the
an
ones
older
that
man.
much
he
round.
won't do nothing. Listen, that's when he's the leading guy. This guy's going to be third option.
And what a
Seriously,
third
man.
option.
What a third option.
I don't know,
that is, man.
Spirit
He gets to close the
But it's just
game.
like-
Patrick Patterson now goes to the bench. You know what I mean? They're not as deep as they were, but their potencies. They're going to be a dangerous team, man. Dangerous team. Seriously.
You know,
Finnegan Lee-
Houston,
Woo. I'm watching
Houston,
Houston.
another winner.
Chris Paul, I forget how smooth that guy is, man. Seriously. And they really just shoot threes and dunks and layups. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And lobs, it's fascinating to watch how they play. It's fascinating to watch all of these highlights, to be honest, and just see how many threes go up. It's unbelievable. But Houston, yeah, man, James Harden and Chris Paul, they're going to be for real, bro. Don't worry, there's going to be no problems about who's got the ball. Because they just play too fast. It's not like they're coming down and someone's there. Whoever's got it running, man, back,
spot.
it's going up.
It's going up. You better get down there if it's going up.
Nah, man.
There's
It's
no-
you know
no
what?
issues.
As much as Houston.
Hang on. Go on.
No, I'll make it quick. As much as Houston, reloaded, stacked up. I think again they're too top heavy.
Minnesota
You know what I
have
mean?
got stronger.
Absolutely, they're the good options.
I like Minnesota the way they've kind of structured their team better than OKC and better than Houston.
Denver.
Do you think that Minnesota would have been better off with Ricky Rubio still to Jeff Teague with their team?
Nah, I think Jeff Teague he's got a great first step, but he's more deadly from the 3-point line as well.
Yeah. So
People will
it's going to be
fear him.
with them, I believe. If depends how much Jeff Teague facilitates and gets everyone involved. You understand? Because that's what Ricky Rubio would have taken care of. But you're right in terms of his potency from the three. Better shooters,
It's not
not
a fantastic shoot, but it's.
But
and I just think,
Rubio's a better defender.
but I think he's more experienced. Man, Jeff Teague has been around India. Pacers done Eastern Conference Finals, and I think he's just a bit more respected than Ricky Rubio, man. I think Rubio is a great passer, but that's all he is. You know what I mean? And stuff.
Boston, yeah. You have to say, if you're going to say other teams have got stronger, you have to say Boston have got stronger.
They got Hayward, they got Kyrie, they gave up a lot. They're a completely new team, but I believe they'll be a better team than they were. You understand? They've definitely got more potential going forward. You understand?
Yeah.
I think their previous team had a shelf life, and then you were talking about giving Isaiah all that dough. You know what I mean? That's not something I think they wanted to do, to be quite frank, man. So Boston, you know who I think won the NBA offseason? I think Cleveland did. The reason why, I think definitely they're stronger than last year. I think they're a lot deeper than last year. I think LeBron's going to have an amazing year. I think he's going to do something that we ain't seen someone his age do. I think it's going to be unbelievable. And my point being why I think they won is because Golden State they are the champions, obviously, and they did have that ascendancy over everyone else, and they still have. But Cleveland have done a lot to get up there, you know what I'm saying? And I think they've positioned themselves where they can give them Golden State a run for their money.
Yeah, they can match up better with them now.
Yeah, and I think just in the closing the gap, and considering they're in the East, and Golden State got to go through that war zone, which is the West.
There's a lot of teams that got to
If
go
they
through.
make it through, cool. But Cleveland are going to be right there. And let's go, number 4. Seriously, it's going to be number 4 back in the final. So I put Cleveland, man, because you can watch them teams be like, if everyone's healthy, boy, Cleveland can give them a run for their money, man.
Cleveland's deep, man. I mean, I was talking to Rods earlier, man, just about how stacked they are, and I didn't even mention Isaiah Thomas.
Thomas is not even,
You know what I mean? You got a 30-point scorer who may be ready, by All-Star game.
instant offense that's come off the bench.
If he scores 20 a game.
But they can give him the ball in the fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying, fourth quarter, man, last year.
They've seen it. And that's regular season.
guy-
So that means they're resting and come
That's what I'm
playoffs.
saying.
I know.
You're right. But as I said, there are winners. There are obviously some losers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if there are going to be any other trades.
But
anything else going
even
on.
some teams that lost, even some teams that lost key players, superstars that went west, I think some of them are better off. I believe that New York are better off.
Yeah.
I think they need to turn the chapter. I think now they've got some young pieces that they can grow steadily. Just be patient for a few years, you know what I mean? And I think they're in good stead. I think Indiana are not. I think they didn't get enough for Paul George on what the hell the GM was thinking the GM should get.
Sure.
Yeah, he should get. Not politically correct to say that right now, man. But
Figure of speech. With no thought behind it.
that dude should get fired. Seriously, man. How can you just get on a pedo?
Exactly.
On a pedo.
On a deep, excuse me, on a pedo, man. He sounds like the fastest basketball player ever.
That's scary statement there.
On a depot and suppose
And
for
a
Paul
bag
George.
of, a bag of chips and a bag of chips.
But you know what?
man.
Like, you see the leagues, like you're saying, it's becoming a players' league now. Where if a player's upset, man, they're just like, yo, he's not going to ball for us.
Even
He's got no value for us. He's going to leave us anyway. That's what we're doing.
another team, the Clippers. I think if Chris Paul was going to leave, what they got back, the depth they got,
that's a winner as well, man. That's a winner as well.
Right, man.
What's his name? What's their point guard?
Theodosius.
Yo, he's slow. He's very slow.
Off the
But he
charts.
can pass that ball, man.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
Play him second unit.
Use him well, exactly.
Play him second unit.
Right,
You know,
man.
keep his minutes
He's
20, 23 minutes, and just understand that defensively he's going to give up a lot to some of these guys, but on the second unit it's going to be less. And then what he's going to give offensively, guys?
Yeah, the boy's nice, man.
It's like if you could combine Theodosius and Patrick Beverley's defense, you what's up, Chris Paul? You know what I mean? It's funny.
You know.
Nah, the Clippers are alright, man. I like the Clippers.
Well, basically, with what the Clippers have done is, and this is what Cleveland did as well, is they give up a piece, but they get a lot in return. Not by a trade, may not be via the direct trade, but it might be via acquisitions. Yeah, and it's a smart move. It's the GM, coming in, making Doc drop that post and make him his coach. Yeah, but the GM that come through is who he is, Jerry Mr. West. He's looking at it. He's got no passion when he's thinking about it. He's got no camaraderie because he's one of the greats of the game, and he's seen what you're doing. It might be a new way of doing it. It might be athletic or anything, but he's seen dominant players and he knows what they take. And the dominant players of the side of those years he's played with or seen, watched underneath, grind with.
That guy, Jerry West, he's a genius at putting teams together.
Yeah, so he's not looking at you as, oh my God, you're this player. Yeah. He's looking at your positives, your attributes, what you bring to the game, and if you lose that, what's going on, the style, and the other bits and pieces. So I've got respect for the logo. I've got respect for the logo, yeah? And he is the logo, yeah? For now, yeah.
If you look at his resume, individual accolades, obviously he lost to Celtics so many times and he's only got one championship, lost in 8 finals. But if you look at his per game stats are better than Kobe's.
Yeah, we looked at it
a while ago.
He's obviously Kobe played a lot longer, but Jerry West's resume, championships aside, could argue surpass Kobe's, man. As far as stats I'm talking about.
No, but he's not a legend for no reason, man.
That was unbelievable.
And stuff. So, but yeah, man.
What other teams you talking about?
No, but they're in other teams to talk about.
Well,
man.
you've got prospects moving forward. Teams with prospects moving forward. Yeah, so you've got the 76ers.
Yeah, I mean we know
right, the future. We know that you're going to lose some games, but
man.
you're going to be a good watch.
You lot might not listen to the previous podcast, man. But Patris and myself, we've got a little wager that I said that the Philly are going to make the playoffs and they're going to finish 500. Okay? As long as what was my percentage? As long as Embiid 70%, he plays
60 games.
Plays 60 at least 60 games. Yeah. Okay. They're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna finish 500. People gonna give me my £100. I want it in T-bills.
It's all good,
Them
man.
new plastic.
The new bills.
The new plastic.
That's it, man.
That rapper, that Willy Wonka rapper money. Seriously, I'll tell you another team I like. Denver, man. I think they're gonna have a nice season, man. I like their team. They've got some good depth, good players.
They haven't got any superstars.
Absolutely,
but
Jokic. he's a special player, man. He's a special player, man. That guy can pass like a genius, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And they got
player,
Plumlee.
man.
They got a Plumlee,
And he
didn't
can
they?
shoot the ball.
They got a Plumlee in
You
the
know what I mean?
trade.
No, he was there already.
Oh, was
they
there
just
already?
re-upped. Yeah, they just re-upped him.
Okay. Obviously, the other guy ended up going to Portland, and Portland, you have to look at them and what they've got and the improvements.
There's a lot of teams, man.
No,
But I just think they're just middle of the road teams. Man.
They are.
They
Absolutely.
are, but there's an upstart to them. There's an upstart to them.
How many teams?
the
All right,
one
let's
team.
let's flip the question. What teams lost the off-season? I'll give you one straight away.
Chicago.
Seriously, that's to me.
Sad story.
You know, they're one of the top 3 worst managed teams in the league. Seriously, man. Paxson and Gar Foreman, they don't inspire me with any confidence whatsoever. Seriously, Paxson and Gar Foreman, that team. Now listen, watch them pre-season, and they were playing well. You understand? It might be a case similar to New York, where just allow the young players to play without any pressure of that superstar in the team. Let them just find roles. The difference between them, they ain't got a talent like Porzingis, you know. But them. But I tell you what, Indiana, man, what they got for Paul George, that was dire. They might be the team I want to watch the least, man. Seriously. Even Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn have got some interesting pieces, man.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna do no way.
They ain't gonna do nothing, man. But they're gonna throw some funky lineups, man. They're gonna play Rondé Hollis Jefferson at the 5. They're gonna run these lineups.
I used to love them teams, bro.
There's so many guys.
Russell, man.
Listen, man.
The 4.
Listen, man. Don't
Team-
overlook Brooklyn, man. I killed them.
Okay,
on our
A
spot.
team I think's gone nowhere. Toronto.
Which is great. Alright, but let's break it down. What this team gets the most hype all summer, but what they changed? The LA Lakers. They made a lot of trades. They got Lonzo Ball. They've got Lopez. Still got Deng from last season. They got who else? They got all these young bucks. You know what I mean? They got Magic, but
Will anything change as far as
anything change?
their production?
Nope.
I think I want to see them. I want to see them play with Lopez. They played a couple preseason games without Lopez. Ball will get more confident. It will get better. I want to see them play with Lopez. That's the key thing. And I weren't too inspired by their play, but it weren't terrible. And answer your question, yeah, I think they'll be better. It may not show in their win total this year.
Last season they started off like about 7-3 or whatever. They had a big start, but then they just hit this funk, and then boom. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the optimism goes, and then
I'll use this analogy, and that's the key thing. I think they need to just concentrate on playing good basketball. Let the results lie where they are. They're in the West End. Like similar to Philly last year. Philly, they had a poor record last year, but they play good basketball, man. They play hard. Okay, they move the ball, and they just didn't have talent to win. And I think that the Lakers' talent is just not developed sufficiently where they're going to make any significant impact in their standards. So yeah, I agree with you.
So they ain't
do
gonna
you
make the
think
playoffs.
do they need next? I know I'm jumping the gun.
They need just time.
Is it time or do they need a superstar?
You put a superstar there, their pieces are still young. You give them a couple years. The problem with the league now, man, there's no patience to allow teams to bond and grow, man. Seriously, you got to give teams time. You let the players develop together. You understand? It's just that quick fix. You don't want to do nothing right now.
I know.
Look at the teams at the top end of the West right now. You don't do nothing.
And they made the preseason shorter as well and everything. So
That's
it's gonna be
brilliant.
tougher.
No. I love that move. Making the preseason shorter. Talking about certain things that the NBA do, and one of the things they did was change the All-Star game voting and the way they're going to choose the teams, and that's going to be the topic of our next podcast, man. Our next video, man. So, man, this is 94 Feet Raw.
Appreciate you listening, fellas.
Biggie, Rods, Patris, we out. See you in a bit, boys.
Appreciate
and
it.
girls.
Appreciate it. Thank you.